Okay, so if you're in Seville, have you got your boots? And if you're going to Hampden on Sunday, have you got your boots with you? That's a big question, guys. Have you got your boots? Because I'll tell you something for free. It's pretty much getting to that stage now, isn't it? Where we're going to need anybody who's got a pair of boots and anybody who can run around a little bit to get out on that field for us. This injury issue is getting beyond a joke now. It really is. And I really did feel for Philippe Clement during the press conference yesterday, talking about all these injuries that we currently have. And it's getting ridiculous. It is getting utterly ridiculous, the number of injuries that we are sustaining. And then how minor injuries or injuries that are a couple of weeks just suddenly seem to turn into long-term injuries. And obviously, the biggest news coming out of yesterday was the fact that Danilo will be missing now for 4 months. I mean, this is a massive, massive loss for Rangers. Yes, I know he doesn't score and he misses chances, but he is probably the best of our strikers at this moment in time. What else have we got? I mean, you've got Seville. Yes, he scored the odd goal here and there, but I'm still not convinced by him. Yes, he tries, but you know what? So would a fan with a pair of boots. It really does mean that come January, there has to be a striker or two arriving. If, I would look for possibly as one permanent, one on loan until the end of the season, because this is the situation we're in now, where we are literally down to the bare bones up front. I mean, in terms of out-and-out strikers, you've got Cyril Dessers. That is it. Kamaru, we know we can't depend on Kamaru. We know that with Kamaru, he will be out at the slightest thing. He will be injured, by taking his tracksuit bottoms off on the sideline. So, what else have we got? Sam Lammers. Sam Lammers is not a striker. Sam Lammers is not. I don't actually know what Sam Lammers actually is. He's not a footballer. I know that. A hair model, possibly. I don't know what he could be. More bad news, of course, yesterday was the news that Todd Cantwell has not travelled with the squad to Spain for personal reasons. Philippe says they respect the family and personal reasons that Todd is currently going through. I really hope that everything is okay for Todd. I mean, look, as someone who has been through a lot of family tragedies and family problems over the last 5-6 years, when something happens to your family, it's utterly horrible. Speaking personally, I've lost grandparents. I've gone through divorce, and it's a horrible time when things happen like that, when you lose somebody through death, or when your relationship breaks down, or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know what the issue is with Todd Cantwell, of course, and the club are not going to reveal that, and quite rightly so. It's a personal issue. It's not the fans to know. It's not for the media to know, and I certainly hope the media leave him alone. And I certainly hope as well that idiot Chris Sutton doesn't make any sarcastically stupid comments about it. But look, at the end of the day, we are without Todd Cantwell tonight. So what is the options there in that 10 role? Tom Lawrence, obviously, who is the most obvious, is injured. Alyanis Hadji is not at the club anymore. So what does that mean? Does that mean another Sam Lammers shit show? It looks like it. I'm sorry to say that it's a shit show, but I honestly just cannot see anything else other than utter shit show from Sam Lammers. I mean, the guy is worse than Cyril Dessers. He just, to me, contributes absolutely zero to this team. He is an empty jersey when he's on the field. I mean, surely there's somebody we can put in there, somebody who can perhaps play in that 10 role other than Sam Lammers. I think it's highly likely that Sam Lammers will start tonight. Of course I do, because realistically, what else has Philippe Clement got? You know what? It's getting hard, guys. I'm trying to get positive videos and trying to make positive comments and things like that. And all you get is just injury and shit player. It's just like, what the hell are we going to do? So, tonight, Philippe Clement is down to pretty much the bare bones, and that's why I've said, if you're out in Seville and you've got your boots, go and check out Philippe Clement and see if you can, help the players out. I mean, obviously they took a tour of the Betis Stadium last night and had a look round. And look, it's going to be really tough today. It's going to be tough. Betis are a good team. They keep hold of the ball well. They're 7th in La Liga. They drew with Real Madrid on Saturday. Who are no mugs. We know that. Real have got some amazing players like Jude Bellingham, for example, but this is going to be a really hard game, and it's just got even harder. The fact that Danilo is out for 4 months, the fact that the European squad, one of our best central defenders, Leon Balogun, cannot play because of Michael Beale's ridiculous squad decisions that he made. The fact that as well, with all these injuries, with the injuries to Jack, who has not travelled, they were hoping Jack would travel, but he hasn't. Lawrence obviously out, Raskin out. This squad is thinner than I don't know, thinner than a slice of Savers ham, you know, or thinner than a slice of Aldi ham. It really is. But look, at the end of the day, it's got to be a case of backs to the wall. It's got to be a case of whoever's picked tonight steps up, next man up. You know, the team will pretty much pick itself, I think, for tonight. But whoever plays tonight, they've got to go out there and they've got to show that fighting spirit. They've got to show pride in that jersey. They've got to show the fact that they actually want to be on that field, that they actually want to play for Rangers tonight. And like I said on a video earlier this week, this is a defining week for a lot of players at this club. You know, there's a lot of players who have got huge question marks over their heads, over either their ability, over their talent, over their bottle, over a lot of things. And this is the week they need to answer those questions and answer them in the positive and really go out there and show that they can, you know, come through tough times. They can come through pressured times. And when they're called upon, they can step up. And that's all of those players that we all know. And I'm not going to name them all again. I'm sure you can name each and every one of them. I'm sure as I'm talking through this, you're all going through those players in your head now and talking and thinking about who those players are. But like I said, I think the squad pretty much picks itself for tonight. I think, you know, the starting 11 will look something like Butland in goal, Tavernier, Goldson, Davis and Barisic, Lundstrom and Sifu in front of the back four, with Ross McCausland on the right. Behind the striker is going to will have to be Sam Lammers, unfortunately. Left side, Abdallah Sima, and up front, Seville Dessers. I mean, personally, I would love to see maybe Ross McCausland dropped into the 10 role, or Sima dropped into the 10 role. If Sima drops into the 10 role, you put Matondo on the left. If McCausland drops into the 10 role, you put Sterling or Tavernier onto the right wing. All, I think, better options than Sam Lammers. And again, my 70-year-old mother's better option than Sam Lammers, if I'm being wholly honest. But I think we will see Lammers tonight. We will see another Lammers shit show. But that's just what we've got to put up with, I think. You know, this club is in a position where going into the weekend, we are looking, you know, desolate of talent in terms of players. You know, Philippe Clement spoke about the possibility that Jack could be back for the cup final. I suppose the only issue is how much fit is he actually going to be going into that game? Because, you know, realistically, he hasn't played since that 11 minutes that he played for Scotland and got injured. We are, like I said, down to the bare bones. And it is a case of, as Philippe Clement said yesterday, these players that are fit, these players that are available for us, they've got to go out there, they've got to step up, and they've got to put the effort in tonight and on Sunday, because there is no more excuses for this squad. There's no excuses for these players. This is it. It's time to go out and show that we are Rangers. It's time to go out and show that these guys are actually proud to put that blue jersey on, proud to go out there and represent one of the greatest teams in world football. Because, look, that's many of these guys are never, ever going to get an opportunity to ever play for a club as big as Rangers ever again. They're never going to get a chance to play for a club like Rangers ever again. So this is the chance to snatch that opportunity, to take that opportunity and run with it. You know, if that was me, and I know I'm a Rangers fan, so it obviously slightly clouds it, but if that was me, I'd be dying to get on that field tonight, dying to prove myself, dying to get on the field on Sunday, dying to get that piece of silverware, that first piece of silverware, and launch the Philippe Clement era with a big, huge bang. This is the moment that they need to do it. And yes, I know injuries are going to play a part, and it's horrible, guys. It's depressing, isn't it, all these injuries? But we are what we are. We have who we have, and we have to kind of have that mentality that the NFL and the NHL use. It's next man up. Some moment someone goes down, next man up. That's the way it has to be. Next man up. Get out there, fight for your team. Next man up. Get out there, fight for your team. That's the way it's got to be, guys, tonight. Look, it's going to be really tough tonight. Really, really tough against Betis. You know, I personally, my focus is Sunday and getting the win in the cup final. That's got to be the biggest priority, getting a domestic trophy in the cabinet, because I think that could be a huge lift and real boost for this team and really kick us on to the next level. Well, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Sorry for the shorter video today. I had an awful lot on the last 24 hours and not been feeling too great personally. A few issues, but thank you so much for watching, guys. It means the world to me that you guys are watching. The subs are going up, which is fantastic. You know, this channel is just amazing for me, and the support you guys give me is unbelievable, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. And as always, guys, two things on the way out. Number one, smash the like, and number two, please remember, we are the people.